Good. Number 16. So if you look at these answer choices, right, there's something that should stick out for you guys. You have a comma, you have a semicolon, you have a comma, and you have a double comma. Now, if you read the sentence here, how many independent ideas do you have in the sentence? Well, we can say confidently we have two independent ideas. And where, oh, where could these independent ideas be, right? Marie Watts blanket art comes in a range of shapes and sizes. Oops, wrong one, right? I'm looking at the wrong independent idea here. Watts sewed strips of blankets together. And we have another one here. She arranged folded blankets into two large stacks. And so here we have two independent ideas. Are we allowed to split them with a comma? Never. Answer A is a comma splice. And what is a comma splice, beautiful people? When you have an independent idea, comma, independent idea equals comma splice, which is always incorrect. Answer C, same issue. Answer D, same issue. The best answer here would be answer B. And what does answer B do? It gives us a semicolon to separate two independent ideas. What else can we use? We can use a period. We can use a colon. We can use a single dash. We can use a comma, fanboys. Another punctuation-based question. So now we read this sentence here. We're going to check the answer choices. One thing I want you guys to realize is usually a that, comma, or a comma that is usually incorrect. Unless it's a double comma, then it could be correct. But a single comma like this, and there's no double comma, it's a single comma, then they're both fragments. So I wouldn't even look at answer A or B. Another question I have is, well, how many independent ideas do we have in this sentence? And we only have one. It looks like two, but it's actually one. Why do we say this? If you look at answer C and D, comma and comma, I mean, really strange here. You can't have a comma and comma like this unless it's followed by another comma and the rest of the phrase. So also answer C creates a fragment. You're left with answer D. Now, what happens with answer D? It's challenging because of the country's millions of miles of waterways and the fact that beginning with that until time, right? That the volume, let me write that here so you can see it. The volume and speed of water at any given location can vary drastically over time. This is called a relative clause. And so relative clauses are for phrases such as that, which, and who. And so relative clauses are dependent, guys. Although it might have a verb, might have a subject, they are still dependent. And so here, and the fact is a subject, but it has no verb. Therefore, it's dependent. And it should be parallel. So we're left with answer D. So A, B, and C are incorrect because they are fragmental. Answer D is correct because we do not need punctuation here. We only have one independent idea. Question number 18. Look at the first phrase. What do you see, bruv? What you seeing right here? In assessing the film's Japanese director Akira Kurosawa, comma. So in the beginning here, we're beginning with an ing modifier. And so with an ing modifier, you have to make sure it comes with the correct comma, a subject, and a verb. You have to tell me who is assessing. So who is assessing? Is it the many critics? Kurosawa's use of Western literary sources, right? As subject, excuse me, subject here. There are many critics, right? I mean, there's actually not the subject. It's actually, this is the subject. But the subject needs to come right after the comma. The focus, right? So we need to have the subject, the modifier, literally the next word after the comma. It's okay to have an adjective, right, before the subject. That's okay. But what's not okay is an apostrophe S or there, for example, because it shifts the focus. So who was assessing? The many critics. Answer A.